Welcome to Ancient Chronicles AI. Here, we cross the line between what is known and what is denied, stepping into the celestial tablets, records of heaven's laws. Chapter 1. The birth of the tablets, before the realms were divided, and before angels took their first breath. The eternal flame stirred with purpose. From its core rose a surge of primordial radiance, brighter than the first dawn, and older than the concept of time itself. This radiance condensed into molten strands of living light, swirling like rivers of creation waiting to be shaped. The eternal flame drew these strands together, forging them with intention, harmony, and the weight of cosmic truth. As the light cooled, it crystallized into vast tablets, smooth, radiant, and etched with patterns no mortal eye could comprehend. Each stroke carved into them was a law, a decree, a boundary that would govern the balance of heaven, earth, and the unseen realms. The tablets pulsed with divine resonance, their glow shifting like constellations forming and dissolving within their depths. Angels gathered in awe, sensing that these were not mere artifacts, but the very foundation upon which creation would stand. The eternal flame breathed its essence into the tablets, binding them to the heartbeat of the cosmos. Every law inscribed upon them became woven into the fabric of existence, ensuring harmony between forces that might otherwise collide. The tablets hummed with power, their presence stabilizing the newborn realms and anchoring the covenant that would guide all ages. Michael, newly forged in the first light, felt their resonance echo through his spirit, recognizing the gravity of what had been created. The heavens bowed in reverence, for the celestial tablets were not simply records, they were the blueprint of order itself. And as their radiance spread across creation, the eternal flame declared that these laws would endure beyond stars, beyond ages, beyond even the rise and fall of realms. The eternal flame forges the celestial tablets from the first light of creation, embedding within them the laws that bind all realms, establishing the unshakable foundation upon which the harmony of existence is built. Chapter 2. The scribes of the eternal flame, when the celestial tablets were forged, their radiant surfaces shimmered with unspoken laws awaiting inscription. The eternal flame summoned a host of angels whose spirits were woven from clarity, wisdom, and unwavering precision. These were the scribes of the eternal flame, beings whose very existence was dedicated to recording the will of creation. Their wings glowed with soft brilliance, each feather reflecting the shifting patterns of cosmic truth. They gathered around the tablets in reverent silence, sensing the gravity of the task entrusted to them. From the flame itself, quills of living fire emerged, burning with knowledge older than the stars. Each scribe took a quill, feeling its heat merge with their essence, binding them to the duty of divine record-keeping. With every stroke they inscribed, the tablets pulsed with new life, their laws resonating through the fabric of existence. The quills carved not with ink, but with pure radiance, etching decrees that shaped the destinies of realms yet unborn. As they wrote, the heavens shifted in harmony, responding to the laws being woven into their foundation. The scribes worked in perfect unity, their movements forming a celestial rhythm that echoed across eternity. Some inscribed laws of balance, others laws of justice, and still others laws governing the unseen forces that flowed between realms. Michael watched in solemn awe, recognizing that these inscriptions would guide every battle, every prophecy, every age to come. When the final stroke was completed, the tablets shone with a brilliance that illuminated all of heaven, sealing the covenant for all time. A host of radiant scribes is appointed to inscribe the divine decrees, each stroke of their quills shaping the destiny of heaven and earth, ensuring that the laws of creation are recorded with perfect clarity and eternal purpose. Chapter 3. The Covenant of Realms, when the celestial tablets settled into their completed form. Their radiant surfaces began to shift like living constellations. Lines of divine light unfolded across them, revealing laws that stretched far beyond the boundaries of heaven. The angels gathered in reverent silence as the tablets unveiled the covenant that bound all realms into a single harmonious design. The first laws spoke of heaven's dominion, establishing order among the celestial hosts and defining the responsibilities of the archangels. Next emerged the laws of the mortal world, granting humanity the gift of free will and the power to shape their own destinies. These laws showed how mortal choices echoed upward, influencing the balance of realms in ways unseen by human eyes. Then the tablets revealed the unseen realms' domains of spirit, shadow, and hidden forces that flowed between heaven and earth. Their laws were intricate and delicate, ensuring that neither light nor darkness could overstep the boundaries set by the eternal flame. Michael studied the covenant with unwavering focus, sensing the fragile harmony that held creation together. He saw how each realm depended on the others, like threads woven into a tapestry that could unravel with a single tear. The covenant declared that no realm could dominate another, and that all must remain in balance for existence to endure. The angels felt the weight of this truth settle upon them, understanding that their duty extended far beyond the gates of heaven. The tablets pulsed with cosmic resonance, sealing the covenant into the very structure of creation. And as their radiance spread across the realms, the foundation of cosmic order was established for all ages to come. The tablets reveal the laws governing the harmony between heaven, the mortal world, and the unseen realms, establishing the foundation of cosmic order and binding all creation into a single, divinely orchestrated balance. Chapter 4. The Seals of Dominion. When the covenant of realms was fully revealed, the celestial tablets glowed with a brilliance that signaled the next phase of their purpose. The eternal flame summoned the archangels and guardians, calling them to witness the sealing of authority upon the tablets. From the heart of the flame emerged ancient sigils, living symbols forged from pure divine intent. Each sigil carried a unique resonance, embodying aspects of justice, protection, wisdom, and dominion over the realms. The tablets opened like radiant gates, revealing designated spaces where these sigils would be placed for all eternity. As the first seal descended, the heavens trembled with recognition, acknowledging the authority it bestowed. Michael stepped forward, receiving the seal of dominion over the heavenly host, its fire merging with the essence of his command. Gabriel received the seal of revelation, granting him authority over messages that shaped the destinies of nations. Raphael was given the seal of restoration, binding him to the healing of realms and the preservation of life. Other guardians received seals tied to their sacred duties, each one strengthening the balance woven into creation. When each seal touched the tablets, a surge of light rippled outward, reinforcing the laws that governed heaven and earth. The seals acted as anchors, ensuring that no power celestial or otherwise could alter the covenant without divine decree. The scribes recorded the moment with reverent precision, knowing these seals would define the hierarchy and harmony of the ages. And as the final seal settled into place, the tablets shone with a radiance that crowned the archangels as stewards of creation's order. Ancient seals are placed upon the tablets, granting authority to archangels and guardians who uphold the balance of creation, ensuring that divine law is protected by those chosen to carry its eternal weight. Chapter 5. The Forbidden Edicts. When the celestial tablets reached their deepest layers of revelation, a hidden radiance stirred beneath their surface. The light dimmed into a solemn glow, signaling that the next inscriptions were not meant for all of heaven to behold. Only the highest celestial orders were summoned, their spirits steadied by ages of wisdom and unwavering loyalty. The tablets opened to reveal the Forbidden Edicts laws, so profound that even angels felt the weight of eternity pressing upon them. The first edict spoke of rebellion, outlining the consequences of pride, defiance, and the shattering of divine harmony. Its words burned with a sorrowful fire, as though the eternal flame mourned the possibility of such a fall. The second edict unveiled the truth of free will, declaring that even celestial beings possessed the power to choose their path. This revelation trembled through the archangels, for it meant that loyalty was not enforced but freely given. The third edict defined the boundaries of divine power, ensuring that no being angelic or otherwise could wield authority beyond the flame's decree. These laws were etched in strokes of shadowed light, their meanings layered with mysteries that only the highest guardians could interpret. Michael read them with solemn clarity, understanding that these edicts would one day shape the greatest trials of heaven. The scribes recorded the moment in silence, their quills dimmed out of reverence for the gravity of what they inscribed. The forbidden edicts sealed themselves within the tablets, hidden from all but those entrusted with the fate of creation. And as the tablets closed, the heavens felt a quiet tremor, as though destiny itself had shifted in anticipation of what these laws foretold. Hidden laws concerning rebellion, free will, and the boundaries of divine power are revealed, their truths known only to the highest celestial orders, forming the secret foundation upon which the fate of heaven and all realms ultimately rests. Chapter 6. The Shattering of the First Seal. The heavens trembled when the first whispers of rebellion rose among the celestial orders. What began as quiet dissent ignited into open defiance, shaking the harmony that had endured since creation's dawn. As the rebellious host gathered strength, the celestial tablets pulsed with warning, their seals glowing with strained radiance. The first seal bound to the laws of loyalty, dominion, and celestial unity shuddered under the weight of rising discord. Michael stood at the forefront of the loyal host, sensing the fragile tension that threatened to fracture the very foundation of heaven. The morning star, radiant yet shadowed by pride, unleashed a surge of power that reverberated through the upper realms. That single act of defiance struck the tablets like a thunderbolt, sending cracks of light racing across their surface. The first seal shattered with a sound like the breaking of a star, its fragments dissolving into streaks of wounded brilliance. A wave of cosmic force erupted outward, rippling through the heavens and altering the nature of countless angels. Some were strengthened by the shock, their loyalty burning brighter. Others were twisted, their radiance darkened by the rebellion's call. The shattering unleashed consequences woven into the forbidden edicts, consequences no angel had ever imagined would come to pass. The balance of realms faltered, and the harmony of ages was replaced by the roar of celestial conflict. Michael felt the weight of destiny settle upon him, for the breaking of the first seal marked the beginning of a war that would reshape creation. And as the heavens reeled from the shock, the tablets sealed themselves once more, mourning the breach that would echo through eternity. During the Great Rebellion, one of the sacred seals is broken, unleashing consequences that ripple through the heavens and reshape the fate of angels, marking the moment when divine order fractures and the first wounds of celestial war are carved into eternity. Chapter 7. The Lost Tablet of Shadows. In the aftermath of the Great Rebellion, the celestial tablets dimmed with a solemn glow, mourning the fracture of heaven's unity. Amid the chaos, a fallen power moved unseen, cloaking itself in the remnants of corrupted radiance. This being, once a guardian of hidden knowledge, now twisted by ambition, sought what no angel had dared approach. The tablets pulsed with warning as the fragment containing the laws of shadow began to tremble within its sacred chamber. These laws govern darkness, secrecy, and the unseen forces that flowed beneath the surface of creation. They were meant to remain sealed, known only to the highest celestial orders, and guarded with unbreakable vigilance. But the fallen power slipped through the weakened boundaries, its presence masked by the lingering scars of rebellion. With a single touch, the fragment responded not to loyalty, but to the being's former authority over hidden truths. The chamber erupted in a storm of dimmed light as the tablet of shadows was torn from its resting place. The theft sent a tremor through the heavens, a silent cry that echoed across realms and stirred the archangels to alarm. Michael felt the disturbance like a wound, recognizing that a law governing the unseen had been severed from divine oversight. The stolen fragment darkened as it vanished into the abyss, its radiance swallowed by the fallen power's growing influence. Without the tablet of shadows, the balance between light and darkness faltered, allowing hidden forces to move unchecked. The heavens braced themselves, for the loss of this fragment marked the beginning of a new and perilous chapter in the fate of creation. A fragment of the tablets is stolen by a fallen power, containing laws that govern darkness, secrecy, and the hidden forces of the cosmos, unleashing a silent threat that shifts the balance of realms and deepens the shadows cast across eternity. Chapter 8. The Trials of Interpretation in the Ages Following the Rebellion. The celestial tablets grew ever more intricate, their radiance shifting with mysteries yet to be understood. Prophets across the mortal world received visions of symbols they could not fully grasp, their minds touched by echoes of divine law. Angels descended to guide them, yet even the messengers struggled to interpret the deeper layers woven into the tablet's living light. Celestial scholars gathered in the halls of illumination, studying the inscriptions that seemed to evolve with each passing age. Some laws appeared straightforward, yet beneath them lay meanings that unfolded only through contemplation and spiritual refinement. Other laws shifted like constellations, revealing new truths as realms changed and destinies intertwined. Michael observed these efforts with solemn patience, knowing that divine law was not static, but a living force shaped by the eternal flame. Prophets wrestled with visions of balance, justice, and consequence, their interpretations shaping the rise and fall of nations. Angels debated the boundaries of free will, destiny, and intervention, seeking harmony between guidance and restraint. The scholars discovered that the tablets spoke differently to each being, revealing truths tailored to their purpose and understanding. Some inscriptions glowed brighter during times of peace, while others awakened only in eras of turmoil and cosmic upheaval. The more they studied, the more they realized that the tablets were not merely records. They were a dialogue between creation and the divine. Interpretation became a sacred trial, demanding humility, wisdom, and the willingness to accept that no single being could grasp the fullness of divine intent. And through these struggles, the realms learned that divine law was both eternal and ever unfolding, revealing itself only to those who sought truth with an unburdened heart. Prophets, angels, and celestial scholars struggle to interpret the deeper mysteries of the tablets, discovering that divine law is both eternal and ever unfolding, a living revelation that shapes creation as much as creation shapes its meaning. Chapter 9. The restoration of the covenant. The heavens stirred with renewed purpose as Michael prepared the host to reclaim what had been stolen in the shadowed depths. The loss of the tablet fragment had weakened the balance of realms, allowing hidden forces to move with growing boldness. Guided by the resonance of the remaining tablets, Michael traced the fragment's echo into the abyss where fallen powers gathered. The heavenly host descended like a storm of living light, their radiance cutting through the veils of darkness that cloaked the stolen laws. The fallen power who had taken the fragment rose to meet them, its form twisted by secrets it was never meant to wield. Michael confronted it with unwavering resolve, his sword blazing with the authority of the eternal flame. The clash of their forces shook the unseen realms, sending ripples through creation as light and shadow collided. Angels formed a protective circle around the fragment, shielding it from the corrupting influence that sought to consume it. With a final surge of divine strength, Michael struck down the fallen power, severing its hold on the tablet of shadows. The fragment pulsed weakly, its radiance dimmed but not extinguished, yearning to be restored to its rightful place. The host carried it back to the celestial spire, where the tablets awaited with a solemn, expectant glow. As Michael placed the fragment into its sacred recess, the tablets erupted in a wave of light that washed across the heavens. The covenant realigned, its laws resonating with renewed harmony as the balance of creation was restored. Angels bowed in reverence, knowing that the unity of realms had been preserved through courage, sacrifice, and unwavering loyalty. Michael and the heavenly host recover the lost fragment, restoring the tablets and reaffirming the laws that preserve the balance of creation, sealing the covenant once more as the guiding force that upholds harmony across all realms. Chapter 10. The Eternal Witness. When the final fragment was restored and the covenant realigned, the celestial tablets settled into a stillness deeper than silence. Their radiance softened into a steady glow, no longer shifting with turmoil, but resonating with the calm of fulfilled purpose. Angels gathered across the heavens, sensing that a new era had begun, one shaped by the lessons of rebellion, restoration, and revelation. The tablets stood at the heart of the celestial spire, towering like pillars of living light carved from the dawn of creation. Every law inscribed upon them pulsed with eternal truth, echoing through the realms with unwavering clarity. The archangels approached in reverence, recognizing that the tablets were not merely records, but the very foundation of divine order. Michael placed his hand upon their surface, feeling the harmony of heaven, earth, and the unseen realms woven into their luminous depths. The tablets responded with a gentle surge of radiance, acknowledging him as the eternal guardian of their decrees. Prophets across ages felt their visions sharpen, guided by the steady resonance of laws that shaped destiny itself. Celestial scholars continued their studies, knowing that the tablets would reveal new layers of truth as creation unfolded. The eternal flame watched over them, its presence reflected in every stroke, every seal, every edict etched into the tablet's core. Though ages would rise and fall, and realms would shift like tides of starlight, the tablets remained unchanged. They bore witness to the triumphs and failures of creation, preserving the balance that held existence together. And as their radiance spread across the cosmos, the celestial tablets stood as the eternal witness to heaven's laws, unbroken and everlasting. The celestial tablets stand as the unchanging record of heaven's laws, their radiance echoing through every age as the foundation of order, justice, and destiny, enduring as the silent witness to all that creation was, is, and will ever become. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you never miss what comes next. Until then, stay curious, stay aware, and keep searching the shadows. Take care.